Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Freelancers Tea Break, the short and sweet podcast you can enjoy whilst you're making a cuppa. My name's Emma Cossey, and throughout September, I'm sharing a few episodes to help kind of reset and review and work out what to do with your business going forward. It's a weird time for freelancing. AI is having an impact on a large chunk of industries. I know in particular, copywriters in the third sector are struggling a bit. So I wanted to address what kind of things you can put in place that might help you identify where to move your services going forward, and hopefully land some more clients. So last week I talked about making sure you're really clear with your services, what you're offering, what solutions you're offering. The second thing that I notice is kind of a hole in the funnel where a lot of people lose clients is not even being aware where their clients are coming from. So this is going to be an interesting one, because usually I would say, look back at the last few years or however long you've been freelancing and review and think, where did these clients come from? Are my clients coming from LinkedIn primarily, or from referrals or networking? A lot of people don't track this information, and it's so important, because I've had in coaching calls before where I've spoken to a client about it. They said, oh yeah, definitely LinkedIn. And then we drilled down into it, and actually it's referrals, because they're such a good communicator with people, and they keep in touch with their previous clients and things like that. So don't assume that you automatically know. It's really important to track it. Now you can do this manually. You can have a spreadsheet, or just even like a note in your phone where you just track where people have found you through, even if it's discovery calls. I use Dubsado for all my kind of onboarding. So whenever anyone books a discovery call, there was a question in there which says, where did you find out about me, or how did you find me? And there's some drop-down options. That also links up to something in my Notion. So I can see from a table in Notion immediately what's working at the moment and what's not. But you can absolutely do it manually. You can even use like a notebook and pen. It's just the matter of tracking it and seeing where people are finding you from. So that's one small thing that you could start to do now. Look at where clients have come from. Now, as I mentioned earlier, usually I would say over the last few years, or however long your freelance journey is, but I would also look at patterns, because it might have been networking 2 years ago and now it's referrals or it's LinkedIn. So be aware that things have changed a lot in the industry, or across the freelance industry. And you might need to revisit that. The other thing to look at is your discovery calls. So are your discovery calls converting? Generally, I find people will want to go on a discovery call because either A, they've already pretty much decided that they want to work with you. They just want to confirm that the vibe's right, that sort of thing. Or B, they're looking for quotes from people, and they want to find out what you do. And they do want to find out a lot more information. So they're two different kinds of ones, really. And having a great intake form for your discovery calls is a really good way of working out what's happening, what people's needs are, what their budgets are. Like I have on mine, a drop-down form for which package they're interested in. So it saves a lot of time, and there's less worry about what to have that conversation on discovery call. I personally am not a fan of discovery calls where you go on and you hard sell them, or you say at the end, well, shall we sign you up? I don't like that. I would rather give people the information and follow up with an email with the information for them. I don't really believe in hard selling. I think if people want to work with you, they want to work with you, and they shouldn't have to feel manipulated into it or anything like that. And I have all of this, by the way. I've got a mini training, a £9 mini training on discovery calls, including a script and some follow-up and things like that. So if you need a bit of help with that, that's there. I'll put that in the show notes. But discovery calls are definitely what you want to be getting people onto. But also, for some people, do you need to change up? Do you need to have discovery calls, or is there another way of offering it as an option? So I've started experimenting with having a tool called Chatra on my website, which is CHETRA. So people can come on and ask me questions on the chat. Not everybody's comfortable jumping on a phone call immediately. So that's quite a nice way of doing it. Or some people use Voxer, or just email. and things like that. So it might be worth considering how people can contact you and ask questions, and make it as easy as possible for them. So the process of tracking where your clients are coming from is really, really important. And sometimes it's really hard to tell as well. Like, you might suddenly have like loads of followers on Instagram, but that doesn't necessarily mean they convert to good quality leads. So that's worth looking at as well. Also, go back through your testimonials and look at what words people use to describe you, and make sure that's on like your sales pages and your promotions, because that's working and that's what you want to pull people in with. So it kind of all goes back to, you can't improve what you don't measure. And if you feel panicked about, oh, I need to find clients and I don't know where to go, by looking at your history, that's a really great start. If you are new to freelancing, then actually that's a really good position to be in, because you can contact friends, family, acquaintances that you think would be have a good contact network for you. If you go on my website, freelancelifestyle.co.uk, and search for the one email or scary email, either of those, I'll put it in the show notes as well. There's like a free template there for an email that you can send to people saying, hi, I'm just starting my business. I'd really appreciate any support you could offer, or any sharing with anyone that you think might be of interest. And often when people send that, I'll get messages back from people saying, oh, I sent that email and I've had like a lead, or I've had loads of praise, or someone's offered to go for a coffee to help me out. So there's lots of good things that come from that email. But also, if you were going into freelancing immediately and you're coming out of an employment role, there's a good chance you have people from your employed role who might have contacts, who might be able to refer work to you, especially if they haven't replaced you straight away. You might be able to offer some interim freelance cover, so that kind of thing. So that is my challenge for you this week, is to look at where your clients have been coming from. Or if you're brand new to freelancing, go have a look on the website, I'll put in the show notes, for the scary email template, and try and send that. That's a really good way of finding clients. Also, in the Facebook group, I'm recording this in August, actually. So I'm recording this on the 21st of August. I patch everything. And have a look on around the 20th of August. In the Facebook group, I put up a thread of where everybody found their last client. And it's really interesting reading. It's well worth having a look through in case it inspires you. Right, so that is it for this week. Next week, I will be talking about getting visible with your business and getting your offers out there without burning out, because that really is key. I hope you have a wonderful freelance week.